Hello, everyone. Good morning. How are you doing? Now, January is over. So, how was your January month? And what is your plan for this month, February, which has already started? And today is the 3rd of February. So, what is your plan for this month? Please share in comments, say hello, and from where you are joining. I always love to hear from you, your stories, how you're doing, what's your plan for the next week or next month or next year, and how life is for you. So please write in comments, say hello, and from where you are joining. January was very busy month for me. So like a lot of things were there, a lot of planning, a lot of like things to be done. So it was quite busy. And now the February calendar is already getting filled up. So that's the thing. And a lot of plans are there. One more thing I want to ask you, when you're planning for your year, like of course you have already planned, have you missed to invest your time, energy, and money on learning new things? Because if you have still missed it, just go ahead and do it. Learning is very important part for the personal development. So those who are joining for the first time, I'll tell you that I have started this series to share my personal stories with you, to inspire you, because there are so many things happen in life and we just forget it. But what I have done is that I have written those things in my book, that is a monk mom, and the title is given by my daughter because she liked it a lot and she said, Mom, you talk like a monk, so let's the title should be Monk Mom. So the title is that. And today's story which I want to talk about is from this book only. So let's get started. And please, hello to everyone who's joining now. Write in comments. I'm always happy to hear from you. And I hope you're able to hear me clearly, because somebody has sent message that, okay, I think it was on mute, so you're fine with that. That's great. So today's story, let's start today's story. This story goes back to maybe 7 or 8 years back. It was a weekend and I had terrible weekend because we bought new car and we had a minor accident while taking the reverse. Actually, not reverse, but taking out of parking. There was a minor accident. So we had to call police and all those process we had to follow. Then the next day, my maid did not turn up. The maid was taking care of my child because like we live in a different country. So we of course require help. And my daughter was very young that time. She was 2 year, maybe, yeah, 2 year old. So my house help and the maid did not turn up. And I had no clue that on Monday morning, how am I going to manage the whole situation? Because I have to go to office and I cannot leave a 2 year old child alone at home. Maid is not there. So what am I going to do? And then my daughter had little fever because we did vaccination, so she was having little bit fever and she was restless. My dad was in hospital and I couldn't sleep whole night. So overall it was a terrible weekend. And Monday morning again my maid did not turn up. I was very stressed. Somehow I like asked my neighbor to take care of my daughter when I can go to office. As my husband used to drop me that time, so when I reached to office and I came out of car, I see one of my colleagues there, and we said hello. And like he asked me, hi, how are you? And I really wanted to say that I had a terrible weekend and I wanted to talk about it. And he just went inside without waiting for the response. So I thought maybe he's busy, or because early morning we always have to like reach office on time. So I went ahead and when I was near lift, I was waiting for my lift and somebody again asked me, hi, how are you? And like before even I could answer, I just say great. And by I could answer, that person again left. And the same story repeated almost 20 times that day. 20 different people, they asked me, hi, how are you? And before even I could respond, because my response was not on autopilot, that yeah, I'm fine, thank you, how are you? My response was not on autopilot. I wanted to really tell how am I feeling right now. And I never knew, I never wanted any solution. I just wanted to talk about it to feel light. And there was nobody who was stopping and listening. Now, this is quite strange because 20 people I met, and none of them were staying or stopping by to really listen what I'm trying to say. So this incident made me think couple of things. The first thing which I realized is that when we ask someone, hi, how are you? Do we really mean it? or are we operating on autopilot? I still see, after so many years, 8, 9 years have gone to this incident, and I still see that 99% of time when people ask, hi, how are you, they don't really mean to know how you are feeling. It's just a way of greeting, that's it. So if you are in a hurry, don't ask how are you, just say hello and move on. But if you ask the question, how are you, then you must wait there to listen the response of the other person. So because words have energy, words have meaning, words connects us, and words makes us more human, right? So words can create the bond or words can destroy relationship. Always be mindful of what you're speaking and do you really mean it. Now, why this incident is important for me? Because after that, I question myself. I have the habit of like questioning myself and doing self reflection. Hi, Hamad, how are you doing? So I always question it. I said, when I'm feeling hurt, then nobody has 20 people ask me, hi, how are you? And nobody has stopped. So am I doing the same thing with other people? And that was the life changing moment for me. I started respecting this simple question. You know, when we start paying attention to simple things in life, our life becomes magnificent. So at that moment, I started paying attention to my simple question, hi, how are you? And when I ask this question, I genuinely mean I want to know how are you feeling. And I'm there for you to listen. How long your answer is doesn't matter. I'm standing there to listen to you how you're feeling today. So that was a life changing moment for me. And the same thing happened like when we say good morning to people, do we really pray for that 1 second when we are saying good morning to somebody, that I really wish that your morning is good and I wish that your day is good or your week is good? When we say happy weekend, do we really mean for that person or are we operating on autopilot? I want you to reflect on it this weekend and see whatever words you're saying, whether you're asking somebody or like saying something like asking somebody, hi, how are you? Or you're saying somebody good morning or happy weekend or happy wedding anniversary. Do you really, that moment of time, do you really pray for them or wish them? Because your word contains energy, it contains meaning, and you can create a authentic relationship, meaningful relationship, whether it's a personal life or professional life or anything it is, maybe a stranger, you can create connection with them. Or you can just break relationship by using some strong words. Like recently one incident happened, and for a small thing someone used a very strong word. So think about it. When you're using any strong word for a small thing, you are going to damage that relationship, right? Because words are carrying meaning, and if for a small thing if you're using a very strong word, this means you are judging somebody based on those words. So be mindful of what words you are using and just be careful, because words carry meaning. It means a lot. Like when I say I love you guys, I care for you, and I wish you all the best, and I really want 2023 to be the best year of your life, I mean it. Because when I'm saying this in my heart, I pray for everyone who's joining now live or maybe going to watch it later. I really wish good luck for them. So yeah, if you want to read more stories, more small incidents, this book is all about very small things in your life, like the very minute things, like how to say good morning, do you really mean it, hi, how are you? So all these small things, this book is all about small things but making a magnificent change in your life. So this is all about today. It's a very short story. I wish you a very very happy weekend and best 2023 for you. On Sunday, there is a workshop to design the answer for what do you do? A very simple question, another very simple question, but the answer is very important. Because you can get another client, you can create a relationship, you can have some in the job interview. This question is asked. So this question is very simple, and we will be talking about how to design the apt answer based on science tool in that workshop. So if you've not registered, please register, and all the best. Have a happy weekend. Take care. Bye bye. Love you all.